In a world full of little bitches, one man has the courage to speak the truth. Well, actually, one man and his longtime drinking buddy. Two men, four nuts. Todd Wentworth and Avery Perkins. You are now listening to Raw Todd Radio.
Somebody please help us. We need help.
Are we live right now?
Yes. And it appears that we are no longer experiencing the fucking brutal problem that we were having earlier.
Are we live?
We are live. If anyone's still listening, thank you so much for sticking with us and being,
It's okay, man. They're very forgiving, a lot of our friends.
Yeah.
About fucking time we got through that.
All right. Just pretend this is the beginning of the show now?
It is Tuesday, April 16th, 7:39 p.m. because we had 9 minutes of technical difficulties. If you're still listening, you listen to Todd Wentworth and Avery Perkins, and we got a lot of shit to talk about.
Hell yeah.
But before we get to talking about a lot of shit, I want to give a shout out to one of my Twitter friends. Check this name out. It's pretty gnarly, Avery. The first time I ever heard it.
All right.
The Clan Duffin.
The Clan Duffit?
Yeah. The Clan Duffin, like Duff McKagan.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, he's always been a big supporter. I want to give him a shout out. He says he's our biggest Scottish fan. So
I'm a big Duff McKagan fan. I like the way he plays the bass, puts just enough chorus on it, just the way I like it.
I'm a big fan of his haircut, to tell you the truth. Okay, we just want to jump right into things. We're going to talk about that Boston marathon bombing and so on, and we ain't going to talk about the conspiratorial side of it. Me and Avery, we're just going to talk about the common sense side of it for people who afraid of conspiracy theories or thinking outside the box. This will fit you, and those people who kind of got a clue, this will fit you as well. Avery, I made a tweet earlier about the government not doing its job. You know?
Right.
Okay, look at you got the Boston Marathon. You got 25,000 people running that motherfucker. All right. And they already had everything in place to prevent an attack or any type of violent situation. They had bomb-sniffing dogs. They had even military on the scene, okay? You got all this personnel and all this protocol, and then you hear people talking about how they was doing tests and, stuff like that,
right,
for this type of situation.
Like drills, yeah.
And drills, So, look, you got everything in place to prevent a situation as so. And a situation like this still occurs. That is a failure of government to do its job, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely.
Is there any conspiracy in what I just said?
No.
No, it's just common sense, right? So that's all I'm saying. And then you got one of the herd saying that, well, it's not government's job, it's the city of Boston's job to prevent it. But I don't know if he know that the city of Boston's still working with their police system. The police system is still part of the government.
If the city of Boston ain't the government, then who in the fuck is?
I think he's waiting for volunteer personnel to show up to the scene in little, bright, vests and hard hats.
Like FEMA or something like that?
I don't know. No, I'm talking about like a almost like a Good Samaritan group.
Okay.
Maybe that's what he sees going on.
The little green guys in Franklin Rock.
My point is, like, when you're a city, you call the police, you get the police to secure situations, right? That's still part of the government.
Absolutely. It's the public sector. They're all funded by people's money that gets stolen from them for taxes.
The police is the very lowest line of government. That's why when they pull you over, they feel free to get an attitude if they want because they feel so empowered, but they actually the lowest people on the totem pole. The toppest people on that totem pole is the fucking president.
Right.
Oh, see what I'm saying? The same fucking totem pole.
Right. Yeah, the police are just the guy that gets sent out to break your legs. They ain't Tony Montana,
Yeah. My point is, the government, you go turn on the TV, they're going to blame everybody, okay? They'll blame your Aunt Avery, they'll blame everybody before they blame themselves.
Well, of course, because you can't question the premise of the system
Well,
itself.
no, not only that. People these days, they such in a drone-like zombie state that they don't question the TV. You know what I mean? Look, if you hire me for security, to secure your party, I got a bunch of Samoans keeping the party right, okay? And let's say some dude kick off in the kitchen, starting to fight with hoes and dudes and everything and all that, and I show up and go, oh dang, it was Roger's fault. Roger's neighbor. We got to go to his door and see who he allowed into this party that may have caused the problem. Does that make sense?
No.
Why am I going to go to the neighbor, you know what I mean, and blame him when I'm in charge of securing the party? You blame the people who is in charge and who has the right protocol in place. But what I'm doing, I'm taking, in this symbology I'm setting up right here, I'm the government, and I'm blaming everybody else.
It's a necessary sort of maneuver for them to keep their sort of blind allegiance.
Fuck
going
necessary. People need to wake up and realize that the TV only going to tell you stupid shit, and you're going to believe and repeat stupid shit if you go along with it.
Right, and then that's going to make you look stupid.
Yeah.
By, you know.
They try to blame it on Islamist terrorists. They try to blame it on the white people. They try to blame it on everybody except the people the taxes is going to.
We got a call coming in.
Fuck, we still got a listener after that bullshit we just endured?
Yeah, apparently someone's holding on. Area code 336. You're on the air, Rock Talk Radio.
Oh, man.
Hey, is this Avery and Todd?
Yep.
Sure is.
What y'all guys talking about tonight? I'm a little bit late on the conversation.
That's good. We had technical difficulties.
Yeah, we had a little problem the first 10 minutes. The computer just wasn't working right. But we've been talking about them attacks in Boston and sort of subsequently how the government has tried to shift the blame onto pretty much anyone other than themselves.
Go on. You said something. You agree with
Seems
that?
like I don't really know as far as if they're gonna put the blame on the terrorists like you were saying.
Yeah.
Because the fact being,
you shuffling through some drawers. Go on.
Yeah.
Go ahead. It just sounded like you were shuffling through some drawers right there.
Well, we're in the midst of moving out right now. There's a lot of Mexicans here, and I can't really talk because I live.
You got to watch them. I know. Go ahead. Go. What are you going to say about
North Carolina?
You get Mexicans in North Carolina? Fuck, I thought they were just here in California.
It's the most highly Mexican populated state, actually, next to California.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of them out here. I got 10 of them in my basement.
Are we talking total, or are we talking per capita?
They live out in the woods and tents out here, man, because they come here because the construction work is because North Carolina is one of the, because you know how, the further the south you go, there's more woods and stuff.
The good thing about Mexicans is they hard workers, and you could joke around with them, and they don't take that shit too serious. You know what I mean? That's one of the minority groups I like to joke around with. That's why I got a lot of friends that are Mexican. They just really take things nonchalantly and let it roll off their shoulders, and kind of like me. So I kind of consider myself an honorary Mexican in that honorable way.
Sometimes I kind of just think maybe they don't understand what I said, and that's why they over there.
But they willing to listen, though. Okay, so what you're going to say is the government trying to blame people, or they're not going to blame people, or what?
The way I think of it as far as the government and all this bullshit is basically, the same way as everybody knows. It's the government's just a business, is all it is. And we're all basically in this tornado,
Yeah.
This fucked up life. It ain't going to change.
No, you're right, though. The government is a business, but what is a business' number one priority? Making more money. But you see, the thing is with the government, they try to pretend like that's not their number one priority. They try to make the people seem like their number one priority, but it's not. Look at how much they raise in taxes. Look at every time the shit hits a fan, they want to blame a portion or a minute group in the people they're supposed to be representing. You know what I mean? They blame shift and they want to make money.
Government's a very unique type of business because they don't actually produce anything whatsoever. They produce nothing. They just take stuff.
Their number one import export is bullshit.
Right.
So that's what the government has to work with, and they're gonna keep diverting the blame to someone, whoever they feel necessary, whoever they feel like they want to start the next war with. That's where it's gonna go. It's all obvious. Everybody's starting to catch on. There's no conspiracy theory. Anything I just said is common sense. I don't need to prove anything I just said. So, you got any more questions? You got anything else you want to ask us?
Not really in particular, except basically. So y'all originated out of Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
So y'all there whenever
Timothy McVeigh.
while that wasn't it the transvestite gal? She come in there in the library, and she had a dildo with packed with bombs or some shit like that.
Persian. You talking about a Persian prom queen terrorist that brought in a dildo bomb? Did I catch that?
That's what I heard, but I wasn't there.
Well, you're not talking about Oklahoma City. You're talking about a different.
That sounds like
North Carolina, man, because I don't know about. I don't
that sounds like Hollywood to me. I mean, you get a bunch of Persian prom queens with dildos. Any one of those could be explosive.
A dildo bomb. That's a new one. I ain't never heard.
Hey, don't give them no ideas, man. That's a new one. They could hide that right up their shaft, right up their stuff, and walk right in any type of business, populated or not. And then what we're going to do? We're going to have the government outlawing Persian prom queens,
right? Or just like kind of manly looking chicks.
And there you go.
In trench coats.
But since there's not so many Persian prom queens, I don't see it going that route. But anything they could do, or put blame on. But no, I wasn't in Oklahoma when this Dak tried to blow shit up. I wasn't there, so
I never
the first time I heard this, and cracking me up.
I didn't say she was black. Now you're putting words in my mouth on that one, Todd.
I think you called her a dyke. I don't think you said she was black.
I didn't say she was black. I said she was a dyke.
Yeah, she's a dyke.
Oh, I thought she was. Oh, okay.
No, man, come on.
No, I didn't like that.
I mean, she could have been black. I don't. It wouldn't really make a difference.
Yeah, but okay. Well, thanks for calling in.
Like that.
I know for a fact there's a lot of tornadoes in Oklahoma and in Logan County right there. It's like one little pod of people just going back and forth about high school and shit like that. So I moved out of that place. So we're gonna move on. Gonna go on. Thanks for calling in, caller.
All right. Well, y'all take it easy, man. It's good to talk to you.
All right. Good luck with the move, man.
We're working on it. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. Y'all take it easy.
Talk to you later.
That was pretty crazy. Persian prom queen with a dildo bomb.
I never. That sounds like something I should have heard about.
That sounds like something that would have been the first thing on the internet when the internet was invented, like a meme of like a Persian prom queen with a dildo bomb.
With dildo bomb. I wonder what it would look like.
I don't know.
Had a little cell phone stuck to the side.
I almost lost composure just getting a mental picture of that.
Yeah,
okay. Today was a very active day around the world, Avery. We had 2 huge earthquakes that.
That's right. Did you see the one in Iran was like
7.8? Yeah, 7.8 earthquake in New Guinea.
Was that near?
No, we got a 7.8 earthquake in Iran and a 6.8, I believe, in New Guinea.
It's funny how I'm such a consumer. I completely just disregarded the one in New Guinea because there was a bigger one for me to think about.
Yeah.
Tell me about the 7.8 though.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's on the border of Pakistan and Iran, and I don't see that being, no coincidence.
7.8. I mean, that'll fuck some shit up, man. That's a pretty sizable. I mean, that'll take down buildings.
Yeah, man, it's a good thing. It's I think where it hits, pretty much desert nation. Right. So it's just gonna knock a bunch of sand over. Right. But if it could have been a little bit up north towards like the Ukraine and Russia, that could have really screwed things up.
Could have took out a whole bazaar, probably.
What's a bazaar, man?
It's like a marketplace where they sell tapestries and things like that.
My mind went straight to Ebonics. I thought you meant bar, like a bizarre.
Man,
throw me off, man. First thing I think about drinking with the hose. Go on, man.
I completely lost my train of thought now. This has been a strange show.
All I gotta say is, I've never seen a curveball like a Persian prom queen with a fucking explosive dildo.
Is that really what he said? I kind of feel like we misunderstood him or something.
That's what he said.
Wow.
Could you imagine that happening and then CNN reporting that? With everybody being homosexual on CNN, they'd probably feel pretty uncomfortable reporting a Persian prom queen blowing shit up. That'd be crazy to see the looks on their faces.
So it's it was in his butt then?
I don't know, man.
So you could kind of tell from a distance, by the way he was walking, he was probably trouble coming your way.
Could you imagine the tears in Anderson Cooper's eyes while he's reporting that?
Oh man, that really would hit close to home for him.
Yeah, it would. If anyone's an Aryan, man, if anyone on this planet is an Aryan, it's Anderson Cooper.
Yeah, didn't he his mom like committed suicide or something. He like found her or something like that. He's got some skeletons in his closet. I don't know.
Oh man, he got a graveyard in his shoebox.
More or less what I was trying to say. Well, if anyone's listening and you want to call in, that number once again, area code 858-769-3351.
I'm discombobulated over here. I'm chugging water.
I know this, and that's another thing. This is one of the first Toddcasts we done where we ain't even drinking yet. Like, it's a very different vibe right now.
Well, honestly, I feel like a sharper in my brain and with my chi.
Yeah.
So that's why I was able to deduct from what that last dude said.
Right.
That whole conversation.
That diatribe.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look that up. Is there really that many Mexicans in what he said, South Carolina or Mexico?
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
He said he had 10 to 20 in his basement right now. Did you catch that?
Yeah, I thought he was joking. That sounds like the beginning of a joke.
It really does. Or like a
what do you call what do you call 10 or 20 Mexicans in the basement of a white man's house? It doesn't sound like a joke.
Yeah, it kind of does.
He got pretty offended when he thought I called that chick black.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't get offended at the Persian prom queen part or me calling her a dak, but when the black came up, because like a lot of white people, why are white people so afraid of being called racist? First of all, let me get into this. The political atmosphere and political correctness got to white people afraid of the black card, the racial card, the Mexican card, the Asian card, but mostly the black card because we got a black president, right?
Right.
Let me tell you something, Avery. Okay, I'm probably the only white man. Okay, you're probably the second white man on this planet who doesn't give a fuck if he's called racist. So you see what I'm saying? So I don't let my life be dictated by what other people are going to say because I'm not afraid of it because I know I'm not. So you can call me racist 1,000 times. It's not going to make me any more racist or any less racist than I already am. I talk a lot of crap about myself. Does that mean I don't like myself?
It's just another silly abstraction to like manipulate people and get them to think a certain way and behave a certain way. That's all it is.
But then we have evidence right there that you kind of saw it working, and it's like
right. He kind of had a complex about it.
Yeah, it's like, man, who gives a fuck? Say whatever you want. You know, people. Some of the people who perpetrating this political correctness is the ones telling racist jokes at the expensive ass parties. You know what I mean? And having chauffeurs that are black, but they white people with furs all over their shoulders and they feeling all proper. Come on, give me a fucking break. Say whatever you want. Joke around about whatever the fuck you want. Make fun of me. I don't care. I'm not gonna call you a Toddist. Okay, I don't really give a fuck. Just have fun and have a good day. Every day's a new day. Have a good day. Don't let shit bother you.
Right.
Fucking shit.
Same thing with the people afraid of being labeled as a homophobe or a sexist or anything like that. It's the same.
Like when we did that Chris Dorner video and I'm hanging up. I got like a little fucking chicken leg in the video.
Right.
Oh, Todd, you racist? No, my black friends tell me they love chicken.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
There's statistical significance there suggested a lot of black people.
You know what I mean? I could have hung a donut. You know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Does that mean I'm racist against cops? Or does that mean I don't like cops? No. I just know cops eat donuts.
Right. People are very quick to call something racist without really thinking it through.
Yeah, man. I fucking love pancakes. If you wanted to catch a Todd, if you wanted to catch me, and you made a video with a bunch of pancakes in it saying, hey, I know how to catch a Todd. You know what I mean? Right. I'd be like, man, that motherfucker's onto me. You better not put any maple syrup on that shit because you might have me in that box. You know what I'm saying?
And it works in both ways, too, because, some people might get offended that or that they might feel accused of not liking black people and be like, what are you talking about, man? I love black people. Black people are great. It's like, well, wait a second. You can't just paint them with that broad stroke either because there are some very great black people and there's some terrible black people. Just like, I mean, you name the race, man. They got, you pick and choose. There's plenty of shitty ones. There's plenty of good ones. You can't say it with gay people. Like, oh, I support gay rights. I love gay people. You love all gay people? Every single one of them? You know?
Exactly. I know. And they tell on themselves like that.
Right.
But race should not be a problem, okay? So, man, I think racists are the ones who perpetrate that and feel bad because it's kind of like a self-guilt, like a gay person that don't want to come out of the closet. You know what I mean? They're real touchy about shit. It's like, fuck, if you're gay, we live in a free country, say whatever you want. If you're gay, say you're gay, okay? Right. Okay, cool. We're not going to hurt you, okay? Well, what the fuck are you afraid of? You know what I mean?
Right.
So, call me whatever you want. You call me a racist, you're probably going to hear a bunch of shit out of my mouth that sounds racist, but guess what? I don't care.
You're just conditioned to feel like it's racist without thinking it through, without thinking of the definition of racism and
they have a problem with us, Avery, because we're not in the box. We broke down the box, and we just standing making our own living and living in our own world.
Yeah, I'm not susceptible to any kind of horizontal peer pressure. People telling me how I'm supposed to talk or how I'm supposed to think, man. Think it through for yourself.
Ain't nothing more relaxing than doing whatever the fuck you want. As long as you obey the laws that are set in place, do whatever the fuck you want. Make a good living and have fun. Have a good day.
Yeah, I park wherever the fuck I want, though. I don't care about those laws. I fucking park.
That's another thing. You know how many fucking parking tickets I got in my life? And I'm thinking, man, taxes have paid for this street, you know what I mean? Right. That we park on?
Yeah.
And then they said we can't park on it.
That's right.
And then it just, well, that's California. Everything's painted red in California. It's painted red all the way up into your door, pretty much. Fucking shit.
I just park there. I don't give a fuck anymore. I gotta stand for something, and it's gonna be me parking. Because I mean, like, there's so many causes. There's so many worthy causes in the world. You got, breast cancer, or whatever. You got poverty or like hungry kids in Africa. Like, there's a lot of things that, like, a lot of problems in the world. But like, you can't fucking take care of all of them. You ain't some kind of super omnipotent man that's gonna like fix everything. Like, you might as well just pick a couple things in your life that you really want to put energy into. Otherwise, you ain't going to help anybody.
But that's a problem right there. People these days, a lot of them, they ain't programmed to fix shit within their own life. They programmed to find shit and bitch about it. I mean, that's what the TV is good for. Peddling drama. I mean, people come home, they did 8 hours of work their day. They don't want to figure out how can they make their life better. They want to extract things from the TV and bitch about them. Because they programmed it. Okay, I just went to work. I'm stressed out. I'm going to come home. I'm going to bitch about the TV. A bunch of shit I can't do anything about. And then I'm going to go to sleep and repeat my day tomorrow.
Yep. Instead of thinking about real problems in their life and the way they interact with people and shit like that. Or how they take care of their fucking kids or whatever. They want to think about, some bullshit on TV.
The biggest problem with the world these days, Avery, is that everybody doesn't realize that they're a hypocrite. Everybody is a hypocrite. That's the problem. We hypocrites to different degrees. That's not saying that everybody in the world's bad. No, there's a lot of good people in the world, but even the best people in the world are hypocrites, and they have that do as I say, not as I do mentality. You know what I'm saying? You got politicians in place, in power, who won't legalize weed, but they go home and they smoke that weed.
Sure.
But only 3% admit to it, saying they're in favor of it.
And if they don't do that, they do.
But that's another hypocritical aspect of life these days. We govern by people who are hypocrites themselves.
Right. Well, that's why when it comes to morals, if you make a claim saying like, if you say it's wrong to smoke weed, and you believe that, and that's a moral principle you want to live by, then you can't. If you go and smoke weed after proclaiming that, then it's not just hypocrisy. It's like it's inherently just flawed.
It's a self-tyranny.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you being an enemy to yourself. You know what I mean? Be honest with yourself.
And there is no virtue to be found.
But that's what I'm saying. That's a problem with this world. They always have that do as I say, not as I do. They go home, bitch at the TV. First of all, if you want to find something on TV to bitch about, how about find something in your life you could fix, okay? And handle it. Like if you're in a marriage, you know what I mean, and you and your wife ain't getting along, how about fix that first before you bitch at the TV, okay? If you got that fixed and your kids getting D's in school, or he's sneaking out or she's sneaking out at night, how about you fix their behavior? Get a fucking belt and beat the shit out of them right quick, not too long, about 5-10 seconds. That should about fix it, okay? But your parents are afraid to be parents these days.
It's the path of least resistance. It just comes down to laziness, really. It's
a
lot easier to bitch about some bullshit doesn't matter on TV.
All I know is we got the government saying you can't beat your kids, and some of the coolest, some of the smartest people I've ever met said their parents beat their ass, and they still like them. It's not like they don't like them.
Well, you got the government saying you can't do a lot of things that they do themselves all around the world.
And it goes back to hypocrisy, Avery. Thank you. Thank you for running that one back.
Yep.
See what I'm saying? So once we get a hold of that, once we admit that, we kind of hypocrites in our own ways, we will humble ourselves. And from self-humbling, you can balance your chi. Okay? And it's a type of meditation. You don't need to sit in the corner with your legs crossed. Just being humble and honest with yourself is a type of chi balancement. All right? And once the energy within one is balanced, then they can walk this world in a balanced way, helping others and not bitching about others.
Right.
Are you following me?
I am. No, it's right. But most people kind of don't like themselves,
They don't.
And so why would they want to really do anything good for anybody else? You know, they want to feel like they do. They want to talk about welfare and shit to get it's like doing drugs to feel good. You know, instead of like living a good life to feel good. It's like a cheating kind of destroying kind of fucking way of going about it because it's not real. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna argue on the internet about how there needs to be welfare to take care of poor people because I'm a good person, but it's like, no, you're not. You're not really. You ain't doing shit.
Yeah, I know. And that same person, you'll see them like down the street, walk by a poor shit. Hold on. Okay, they'll walk by a poor person. Okay, and not give them $1. Sorry, I had to line up my my train of thought. But you see what I'm saying? Oh, let's have welfare, but they don't even help the man in poverty down the street with a big gulp trying to get some change.
Right. Well, just like Tupac said, why the president always talking about helping the homeless when there's so many homeless people in D.C. and like 50 empty rooms at the White House chilling there.
Yeah.
I saw a statistic where there's more homes for sale right now in the United States than there are homeless people, like by a lot. No, it's not even close, you know.
I know, but that like we went to talking about how the government's a business. Why would the government give away free homes to take care of poverty, right, as it is? No, they need to sell those homes. They need to increase their profits. They need to make back the money that they lent out with the stimulus. Okay, it's ran just like a Apple, just like Kellogg's cornflakes, just like any other type of business. Okay, so it's obvious when you look at it from that standpoint. Tupac, a great man, a great quote within itself. But Tupac didn't understand the part, or maybe he did, that it's ran like a corporation, and that type of shit ain't going to happen. Common sense does not prevail in a world full of dollars.
Yeah, I think he understood how impractical and how, like, it's not like the president just didn't put two and two together and realize he had all these empty rooms. I mean, he knew, like, it was never going to happen, but just kind of point out that hypocrisy in a different kind of way, you know.
Exactly.
I was listening to a podcast recently. This guy was talking about how, like, a lot of women tend to be liberals. A lot of men tend to be conservatives because, like, traditionally, women are supposed to, like, you know, take care of people and stuff like that, and men are supposed to, like, kick ass. But, like, under a government, it allows them to, like, feel like they're doing that shit when really they're just making somebody else do it. Yeah. But, like, they can feel like...
But they... You know, it's like the government plays on the strings of females, and they know that. So they get this all these laws passed with a female mentality, but it's not this it's not to help the poor or help out females. It's only bringing in, like I said, a tyranny of sorts, because their number one priority is money.
Oh yeah.
So they use all these feel good situations to pass these laws, and they play on the emotions of the females. Like, that's why, have you ever gotten an argument with a female about politics?
Absolutely.
That's why that bitch is like a rabid dog.
Right. Because
she's so like, rah, 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 and just like, man, we're going to slow the fuck down. Let's restart this shit.
Yeah, so, well, people tend to, once you kind of like expose the irrationality of their ways of life, they tend to like either shut down or get very defensive, you know.
Talking about hoes or females?
I'm talking about everybody.
Oh.
On God's green earth.
Yeah, it's like when people get defensive,
if they're backed into a corner, they're gonna, you know.
Defensiveness comes out of confusion. Okay, confusion comes out of ignorance. So when people, you talk to someone who thinks they know what they're talking about, it'll come to a point where they don't know something, and instead of figuring that part of the conversation out, they get mad. They get mad because they're confused, because they don't know what the fuck's going on. So that's why people resort to calling names, because they're confused, because they don't know shit about what you're trying to talk about. So they'll call you names to divert the attention off of not talking about what the fuck they don't know about.
It's a logical fallacy to attack the person instead of the argument.
And that's 100% accuracy. You apply what I just said to any argument or any back and forth debate, and you will get that.
Right.
An honest person, like I said, I just described the person who's balanced within their chi. If you get in a conversation with them and you get to a point where they don't know what you're talking about, they'll say, inform me more about what you talk about.
Right.
I don't really know that much about that aspect.
Because they want to like play fair.
Well, not only do they want to play fair, but they want to learn.
Right.
They're always willing to learn. It's not when they come to that.
kind of open-minded. Like, maybe you could influence me if you would stop yelling at me.
And that is a wise person. They want to learn. They don't want to come to this wall where like there's confusion and then like turn it into anger. They knock down the walls of confusion with understanding and questions.
Right. That's why you get people like Bill O'Reilly get all fired up, you know.
Number one, yeah, that's a good example. Go ahead.
You get people on the left doing the same shit, and it's like they got all these cheerleaders, you know, people that like love everything they say, but it's like it's just this big like circle jerk because like, you know, ain't no liberal watching Bill O'Reilly yell at the TV and like change their mind. You know, that ain't never gonna happen.
Yeah.
They might watch it to get mad because they want to get mad for whatever reason, and then people that agree with him watch it so they can get all fired up because they agree with them.
Yeah.
But he's not changing anybody's mind about anything. You know, that ain't no way to convince anybody of anything.
But even Bill O'Reilly himself, when he get into a conversation on TV and he gets angry, it's because of what I just stated. Because he's probably not fully informed about something, or he feels like he knows everything, so he's gonna go over the top on this person in the argument because he feels like he could kind of like bully them into like evening out the conversation.
To use emotion.
Yeah, but anytime you see Bill O'Reilly get mad, a lot of the time in debate, he kind of confused about the situation himself.
He's confused about his.
But it's that type of dynamic attitude he have, and he go the back and forth that got him a lot of ratings, and it goes back to people wanting to go home and bitch about shit.
Oh sure, yeah. I mean, I ain't knocking the guy for making a living. I mean, he's found a pretty good way to do it. Whatever.
I like knocking Bill O'Reilly sometimes.
All right. Well, maybe he can call in next time. We got a caller. It could be Bill O'Reilly. You never know.
That'd be fucking nice. One of these days.
Yeah. Okay. It's whoever you are, you're on the air. Are you Bill O'Reilly?
Oh.
Is this Bill O'Reilly?
Hey.
No, it's Jamal.
Hey, Jamal.
Oh, Jamal, you're back.
Jamal, I want to sing you a song. Jamal, stop calling in and prank calling us.
I like your hair.
Jamal, stop calling in and prank on us and like find something to do.
Find something to do with
Find
your spare
something to
time.
keep you busy. Find something to do. Find something creative. Do some fucking push-ups. Go outside and run. Do something.
Draw a picture.
Do something, Jamal. Do something, Jamal.
Get in touch with a relative you ain't seen in a while.
Jamal, think to
Like a
yourself.
girl.
Think to yourself.
Only
Next
got one
time you
life
call
to
in
live.
Raw Talk Radio, maybe have a fucking question with it, so we don't have to beg on you.
All right, thanks for calling, Jamal.
I gotta sing that dude a song. Actually, that's the third time that Jamal dude called in.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm pretty sure he's prank calling 99% of the time. Okay, but I kind of feel that 1% makes me think he's autistic. So next time you call in, we gotta clarify that for my conscience. But I think he's just fucking with us.
All right. And just in case he is, I'll put like a puzzle piece in the screenshot we use for the.
Hey Jamal, you know you're probably still listening. Hey, send us in your picture on Twitter, and we'll put you on the background of the video when we put it on YouTube.
Yeah, if you think about it, like if it's kind of annoying right now, but if you prank called every single show, like the next 45 shows, you'd kind of like be part of the show in a way.
And then we'd have to invite you in and interview you,
Yeah.
and you could like be our street team.
You could be like legitimized. All right, we got another call.
So stick with it, Jamal.
Okay, this one I don't want to get my hopes up, but this one could be Bill O'Reilly. Area code 630. You're on the air.
Hi, this is Bill O'Reilly.
Oh shit.
Nice to meet you, Bill.
You are now entering the no spin zone.
Oh shit, he watched the show. Go ahead.
No, I'm just fucking with you. This is Ben from the west suburbs of Chicago calling in again.
What's up,
Hey,
Ben?
what's up, man?
Man, I would definitely agree with, for the most part what you guys were just talking about, and the sad state of the way some people's mindsets just are in America today. But
Oh, exactly. I know.
yeah, most people are just bitching, not trying to fix it, and just
Yeah.
kind of seeking attention through their moaning and groaning, and just
It's a type of like
whatever happened to just being positive and people fucking trying to make a difference.
you could fix. A lot of people don't understand that you could fix things in the world by just staying positive instead of venting about shit you can't fix.
Yep. But a lot of guys just feel like it's easier to like sip like a caramel macchiato and like pick coffee cake crumbs out of their beard and complain about shit. You know?
I know. It's just like If you ain't trying to figure shit out and help,
And
don't try and make shit worse by like being the screaming bitch on the plane. Like when there's an emergency, you don't be the bitch that's the person that's screaming that you got to get slapped. You know what I mean? Like keep composure, and things will ride out.
Yeah, it's funny. Like people, the screaming bitch on the plane never realizes she's a screaming bitch on the plane.
I know.
Like look around you. If you can't find the screaming bitch on the plane, that's because it's you.
Yep.
and that's no offense to females. I mean, a male could be the screaming bitch in the room. You know what I mean? It's just terminology, you know?
Absolutely.
So go on, Ben. You got any questions you want to ask?
Yeah, I guess I'll kind of stay clear of the politics and stuff, but I want to talk a little MMA.
Yeah.
That's cool. We only got about 15 minutes left. Might as well try and get some of that in there while we can.
Okay, well, how do you guys feel about the new lighter weight classes coming in, and how do you see them taking shape, and just how do you see fans' interest in as far as the lighter weight classes now?
Honestly, it's really getting too big to keep track of in a way. You know what I mean? There's so many weight classes. Unless there's a fighter in that weight class that you want to watch, you're really not going to watch it, and you're going to lose track of it. So when those type of fights come on the TV, it's going to be like one of those moments where like, hey, Avery, you ran out of beer. I'm going to go to the market and get some beer. Well, this guy's fighting because I don't know who the fuck he is.
Right. Or chances are they won't even air them, right? They'll probably
throw them on there.
Time after.
There's UFC like every week now, so they're going to find a way. But unless they find like a George St. Pierre of the 135 division, unless they find a Anderson Silva of they got Jose Aldo. So Jose Aldo's holding down the 145s. But the more weight classes you add into it, the more watered down it's going to be now, especially now that the females are coming in. They got an atom weight with the females, ATOM, atom weight.
Like atomic.
Yeah, I'm not joking. I'm like, what the fuck kind of weight is that?
105 or?
It's in the probably 105, 115 area. And what I'm saying is that it's getting so big that it's like it's hard to keep track of. Like when you had, I'm using Pride as an analogy again because you only had middleweight and heavyweight. And the only thing they had in common was punch each other in the face. I mean, now you can see you'll pick a fighter you like. You know what I mean? Or you could pay attention to the fight card and know everybody on the fight card. So the more the weight divisions come in, the more you need an icon for that division to hold people's attention.
Right, and it seems unlikely to get an icon in an atom weight.
And I really wonder if
she could like kick like Chun-Li in Street Fighter and actually like kick that fast.
Yeah,
maybe that would
But think about it. It's like you could get that at the 125 or the 135. You know what I mean? It's like so.
That's true. Chun-Li had big.
I would have a limit at 145 to heavyweight with the UFC, and only have the female division 135 or 145. Okay, and keep those parameters in place until it expands to the point where it's like a National Football League or National Basketball Association. So you could have like an MMA TV kind of cover everything and keep people on the same page. But until then, you got to keep the weight classes kind of finite for now. Because the more you branch out, the more you're going to rat fuck yourself.
Right. It's just too much to juggle. Yeah.
Anytime you water something down, it's supply and demand. If you have too much supply, there's not going to be that much demand.
Right.
Same with fighters. So, like I said, once they started going lower than the 135, even 135, I was like, man, I don't know, man. It loses excitement.
I think they need to go like the other way. Have like super heavyweight.
Yeah. Do you see that would be pretty crazy.
Monster heavyweight.
Yeah, a monster weight.
Monster weight.
265, 300 or something.
Yeah, Titanic weight.
Yeah, people would watch that.
Hey, fuck, if they got an atom weight, why not get crazy?
Yeah, what's the opposite of atom weight? Like
a Jupiter weight.
Yeah, Jupiter weight.
Yeah. Titan weight or something.
Titan weight.
Titan weight. Fucking extremely large weight. You know, name it whatever you want.
Yeah.
Name it whatever you want. Just put them in there. Because the lower you go, man, we're gonna start fighting cats and dogs in the UFC pretty soon in the 5-pound division. You know, fucking.
I mean, if you had a Titan weight, like, doesn't that sound exciting? Like, I want to watch that right now.
I think we
but like talking about 115, 120 pounds. I'm already bored.
Could you imagine like Zulu Zeno versus like Brock Lesnar, or like
exactly,
or like who else? A Butterbean versus Brock Lesnar. That'd be a fight to watch right there. And people don't even have to know about MMA to watch that fight. So
Well,
Yeah.
now that we're on that topic, I really do think. I mean, I don't like Brock Lesnar. Not a hair on my body likes Brock Lesnar, but I believe he would destroy Butterbean.
It would be Butterbean got a heavy right. That fat fuck. He knocked out tons of people with that right hand. So if he could just get it over.
Kind of old now, though, ain't he?
Yeah, I think he fought up all the way to like a couple of years ago, and he was putting people down even with that. But it's with that variable involved, the knockout power, it would be a fight to watch. Because Brock Lesnar like 6'3", Butterbean like 5'9". So for Brock Lesnar to take him down, he got to get really low, and he's going to have to open himself up a lot just to get the takedown. So who knows how that fight would go?
And what if like they instead of just like what like a senior citizen league? You know, like
You see how we talk about the weight classes, and it just branches out into everything, and it's just like so much for people to consume. So.
I mean, yeah, Dana White's probably got like a whiteboard with all these ideas like circled and crossed out and stuff somewhere in his office.
But he's dealing with a huge organization, so if he water it down, that's not going to help his profit loss margin, and that's going to kind of rat fuck things for MMA fans in general.
We got another one in the queue.
Okay, Ben from Chicago. You got anything else, man?
Yeah, kind of along the same lines. What do you currently think of the Ultimate Fighter, and where do you see that going from here on out?
Man, I haven't watched Ultimate Fighter since like Ultimate Fighter like 7 or 8.
I haven't watched it in a long time either. I bet you a lot of people are, including myself.
The
When
next
Ronda
one,
gets
yeah,
on
that's
the
what I'm
show.
saying. This next one going to be hot.
Yeah.
So unless they keep coming up with like great ideas like Zingano versus Ronda, yeah, I mean it's going to be take the same type of route. You know what I mean? Overdone. You know what I mean? Too many times people seen it, done that. You know what I mean? How many Kimbos in this world can you bring into the Ultimate Fighter to get 5 million ratings? You know?
Yeah, that's true.
So you can only play that card so many times. It's simple supply and demand, simple capitalism, and it's crazy. As MMA fans, we being approached with the idea of capitalism within the fighting itself. You know what I mean? If we see a bunch of fighters we don't know, we're not going to really want to see that much. We're going to be waiting on the next big card or the next big fight, and we're going to pass up on these lower level fights.
Yep.
So, but the next Ultimate Fighter going to be hot because they're going to have dudes and chicks in there. And Ronda was telling the chicks, she went on record to say, if any of these hoes, I'm paraphrasing in Todd vocabulary, if any of these hoes want to fuck around and miss out on $100,000, go ahead, but that'd be pretty stupid. See what I'm saying? Because the guys and girls in the same house, there's going to be some stuff going on.
Right.
A lot of testosterone coming from both angles.
Right. Yeah. Probably like a little more of like a real world.
Like a soap opera and shit.
Right.
And that's where they're going with it.
Oh yeah, they'll play that angle. They'll try and get like a Jersey Shore type of vibe to it if they can, and you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right. They're probably going to get more ratings from shit that's happening in the house than the fights happening in the octagon.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Oh man. We'll see how it goes, but I'm telling you right now, I'll be watching because that's right down my alley.
All right. Well, we got to take the next call before we run out of time. So.
Okay. Yeah. Have a good one, guys.
Thanks for calling in again.
Yep. Bye.
Yeah.
Keep it crispy, man.
All right. Been on hold for 6 minutes now. I apologize. Hello.
Who we got?
Hey,
Who's this?
it's Sarah.
Who?
Sarah?
Sarah.
Nice to meet you, Sarah.
Sarah. It's nice to meet you, too.
How's it going?
You got a question?
It's going pretty good. No, I just wanted to say, what the fuck is up? It's awesome to talk to you guys.
Oh, cool. Thanks
A
for
friend of
stopping.
mine told me to call in, say hey.
Where are you from, Sarah?
I'm from Florida, but I live in North Carolina right now.
Is it true what they say about North Carolina? Mexicans are everywhere.
Not necessarily, just pretty much stupid people, but you kind of get that a lot of places.
Really? What is there to do in North Carolina?
Coming from Florida, not a whole lot.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
kind of boring here.
You ever watch that show
It's a place to raise a family, but
You ever watch that show Eastbound and
Go
Down?
what is it?
Oh, that's a really good show. But you know, a guy Danny McBride. He was in Pineapple Express, and he's a funny guy. A lot of it takes place in North Carolina. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the show, it's not really.
Sarah, so what do you find so interesting about me and Avery that you had to call her?
Well, you guys kind of cracked me up with some of your YouTube shit, but a friend of mine, Lee, told me to give you a call because we're friends through school and stuff, but
Oh, cool.
we have our little Facebook group. Cracks us the fuck up.
Yeah, what's the name of your Facebook group?
The Daily Crappers.
The Daily Crappers. Oh, cool. Give you a little plug. Maybe get a few more in there. A few more crappers in there.
Why don't you come out to California? We can do a video.
Dude, I fucking love it. It'd be awesome.
Hey, that would be crazy. Have you ever been to California?
I have not. Actually, I have a kind of long-distance cousin who's invited me out there. So,
People from Florida don't feel like they need to go to California because they feel like they got their own Disneyland.
Until they get their roof blown off with a storm.
That's true. The weather is a lot more calm over here.
California is just like Florida, but just a little better. And the weather is really good, like 360 days of the year. And that's kind of like why a lot of people hate on California. That the weather's really good. I've learned that. I've met people from out of state, and they're like, you know what, Todd, you cool guy, but I really don't like California because you guys, you get great weather, and we're getting snowed on every fucking day where I'm at.
And a lot of people here don't appreciate it, to be honest.
And they take it for granted.
They do.
You can see that in traffic every day. Everybody in a rush.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, I love the sun. I love getting a sunburn. I don't know. I love some sun. So this fucked up weather is just pissing me off.
Yeah, it'll kind of
like 70 degrees, awesome, and then it's fucking like freezing rain the next night. No shit. It's like, who does that?
It takes a toll on you. I notice that the weather is like we like flowers. The more sun we get, the happier we are.
Yeah, that's true.
So
get that vitamin D going.
Well, yeah, that's my excuse for going to the beach. We got great beaches here.
Yeah. Hey, just a couple more months, it'll be warm.
We don't got beaches in Oklahoma. Fuck that, man.
No, not at all.
We got grass. We're surrounded by grass and farms.
I had a wading pool at one point.
I had a Kmart pool that used to go off. I'd have a Kmart pool, like half filled. I'd be in my trunks, and I'd have a keg right next to it with the long extension so I could sip on the keg from the Kmart pool.
Problem with the Kmart pools when people get
in
and out.
What the fuck else do you need?
People
that is a party
on their
right there.
feet, then you got a bunch of fucking grass in your pool floating around,
Yeah, but you just
pissing me off.
Well, that's why you get a plastic pool, Avery, and you just tip it over when you're done with your own little one-man party and put it back and start all over the next day.
Right.
But
That's how you roll.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be all efficient with your party.
We should make a video about that, like a how-to.
We were supposed to, but something happened.
Yeah.
And plus, it'd be kind of funny bringing out a Kmart pool in California when the beach is right down the street.
Yeah.
But we should do that because
we should do that.
Kind of tickle.
You know what? I definitely I agree with that. That'd be awesome. I would come out to California to help you guys shoot a video about that.
That's good because we need like
we'll
some
sit right
some
next
like
to the beach.
We need like some bikini girls in the video anyhow, so it'd work out.
Yeah, I'll just say I don't like salt water. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Oh yeah, just say you're allergic to salt water. You just have to give one reason for anyone to believe it. I don't know what our excuse is going to be.
I'm a little bitch, I like to burn.
I still got to figure out an excuse for the police when we bring that keg down. So we'll figure it out. We'll worry about that when it happens.
Just give them like $20.
Yeah.
That'd be fair.
There you go. Yeah,
all right. Hey, Sarah, we only got 3 minutes left, and we got to take the last call. So thank you so much for calling in.
All right, cool.
Hope you're calling again.
Yeah, it's good to talk to you guys.
Keep it crispy, Sarah.
All right. We will do it. All right, take it easy, guys.
Bet.
All right, bye.
Okay.
That was our second female caller. We expanded.
That's right. Yeah, we're like
and they both
commodity right now.
Yeah, I mean that's awesome.
Hey, one for you, one for me.
There we go.
All right, area code 626. You're on the air, Rob Top Radio.
Yo, what's up, Todd? What's up, Avery? It's number Juan again, dude. Calling at the fucking last minute again.
Hey, what's up, buzzer beater?
Man, Juan, I bet me and you probably had the same homeroom. He's like always that dude rolling in last second with like his one sock on and like his notebooks all falling out. Go ahead.
That's how we roll, dude. Okay, dude. I know there's not a lot of time, but I got an unsolved mystery and a fucking humdinger for you guys. All right, so I'm gonna make it quick.
Go.
All right.
Okay, the unsolved mystery. Ander, you know that homeboy Silva with that Bigfoot Silva guy that has that fucking sploosh on his back tattoo?
Yeah.
Okay, I know whose foot that belongs to on his back.
Go on.
You guys have a fucking one to crack? Well, no. Well, I know there's no time. It belongs to fucking Wendy motherfucking Williams.
Okay, is that the official name for Bigfoot?
No. You know what Wendy Williams is? Is that other chick that's equivalent to Oprah Winfrey but with no sense of a show?
That bitch got a big foot. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the unsolved mystery. I figured that if there's a foot that size, most likely it belongs to that woman.
And she need to put that foot fucking in her mouth and then just shut up. We got an unsolved mystery and a problem solved at the same time.
Oh wow, yeah.
And, so check it out. That's the unsolved mystery that's solved, and then the humdinger is okay. This is where I want you guys' opinion. What do you guys think? Wendy Williams and fucking Oprah Winfrey versus that
90 seconds.
Fox dude.
Oh.
But Oprah Winfrey and Wendy Williams are fucking kickboxer Van Damme style with the wraps with the glass and glue. Who would win that fight?
Who would win that fight? Oh man, I don't know. Is it a ladder match or is it just?
Right there.
Is it a ladder match or
yeah?
is it
It's a straight survivor match. It's Wendy Williams, Oprah Winfrey versus the Fallon Fox. But the advantage is that the two other guys, Wendy Williams and Oprah Winfrey, have
60 seconds.
Wraps with glass and glue, like kickboxer Van Damme style.
I'd have to go with Oprah and that other bitch because they outweigh Fallon Fox.
Not to mention Oprah's a fucking billionaire. That shit's rigged right from the get-go. She ain't losing a fight. She ain't losing.
She's gonna probably pay Fallon to take a fall.
Yeah.
So either way it goes, you got two fat bitches. You know what I mean? So they always find a way to win. They don't stop until they do. So I'm gonna look up that Wendy Williams.
Oh no, dude, that's definitely something you might not. Well, it's definitely worth the waste of time. In other words.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
All right, well, number one, we got about 21 seconds, so we gotta say goodbye.
All right, fellas. Well, you guys take care, man.
Until next time, we expect you to call in last minute next week too. It's tradition.
That's how we do it.
10 seconds.
All right, thanks for tuning in, man.
All right, later.
All right, hey everyone, thanks for listening.
YouTube.com/Todd Wentworth.
That's it.
ToddWentworth.tv.
You know, that's what it is.